Hi, and welcome to the RBTV Game of the Week pregame show. I'm Tyler Campbell here with Coach Reck. So, Coach Reck, how was the attitude in this week's practice?
Good. You know, we're playing a neighborhood rival in Nazareth this week, so a lot of our kids know their kids, and it's a big rival. It's homecoming, so the kids are ready to go.
Is there anything that was focused on mainly to make the game a little better?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we're going to try to slow down the ball. They're explosive as can be, and we want to control the football, limit their opportunities on offense for sure.
You know, to add on to that, what will need to be done to win today's game?
Hold on to the football, secure the football. They can score in bunches. They're fast. They're athletic. So we got to secure the ball and move the chains.
Are you positive for this game?
Absolutely. I go in every game. We tell these guys expect to win, and we're expecting to win tonight.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Dad.
Hello and welcome to the RBTV Game of the Week. I'm Tyler Campbell alongside Andrew Polewski and at Shuey Stadium. Tonight's game features your Riverside Brookfield High School Bulldogs facing the Nazareth Roadrunners. It's homecoming weekend here at RB, and it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely, Tyler, and I can't wait for this game to start. You know, Nazareth has a ton of great players, and so do the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are really trying to overcome a huge loss they took this week. Number 22 quit. That would be he quit and
Nick Callahan.
Nick Callahan. That's right.
Yep.
He quit, and he felt that they were pacing the offense too much on him, and he was getting a little overwhelmed.
Yes.
So he quit, and they're going to be missing a big part of their scheme.
It's a big story on the Bulldogs side. The Nazareth Roadrunners, ranked 12th in state, have won 6 of their 7th games, only losing to Carmel, who's a very well-respected football team in Illinois. The Bulldogs are coming off a win against conference rival Elmwood Park, winning 28-0. So maybe that's a little pep-up stuff for the Bulldogs. They're 2-5.
Absolutely. And you know, Buketic had a great night that Friday. He threw for over 310 yards and 3 touchdowns, and also ran for 1. He should hoping to rebound from that night and then just keep on catapulting up towards the top.
Yep, I had a chance to meet up with the Nazareth sophomore coach and see what he had to say, and found out that the Bulldogs last week played Notre Dame 7-7 in the first quarter. In the first 3 minutes of the second quarter, the Roadrunners come out and score a whopping 35 points. So it's kind of scary to see what the Roadrunners can do. They're a very good football team.
Yeah, this according to several coaches, is their best season in several years. So let's hope the Bulldogs can try to pull out a win here today.
Yep.
You know, the ESPN Chicago has predicted the outcome of the game to be 48-0 Nazareth. So we'll see how this works out.
So Nazareth kicker Matthew Ramsey will be kicking off. Back to receive is number 2, Luke Keller, number 25, Tyler Torres. We'll see what these two young gentlemen can do to get the Bulldogs started off.
Yeah, you know, 25, Tyler Floros has to play even a bigger part in the Bulldogs running game.
Yep.
Now that Nick Callahan is no longer on the team.
Looks like the game is being stalled over the chain gang. Looking for a chain gang member to get the game started. And looks like it's being stalled a little bit, still being stalled, looking for another member. You know, the Roadrunners, like we said, they're a very well-respected football program. They have beaten Bennett, Marian Catholic, St. Pat's, Marist, and Notre Dame, which are all great football programs in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, I think all those schools except St. Pat's has been ranked in the top 20 in Illinois at some point in the season. So yeah, the Roadrunners are having a great season at 6-1.
Their only loss being to Carmel, and Carmel is state contender in Illinois.
Yeah, and they are every year, Carmel. And on the other hand, the Bulldogs season is coming along pretty slowly at 2-5. They're trying to get it picked up with a win today.
Yep. And it doesn't look too good for the Bulldogs not being able to participate in the IHSA playoffs this year, but Nazareth is pretty much just playing here for a higher seed in the playoffs. They've already clinched their spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Nazareth is going to go pretty far into the playoffs as the kickoff is about to begin.
And about to start Bulldog football, and here we go. And the kickoff is deep into the end zone. Tyler Floros He's going to play this one, but IHSA rule says you can't do that.
Yeah, you know, that's a disappointing rule, but it's really just meant to limit injuries. They don't want a lot of star players because most players on offense play offense, defense, and special teams. They don't want their star players going down because someone took a kick out of the end zone.
Exactly. Good point. Good point. You know, the NFL this year having the new rule of kicking from the 35, and NFL kickers, they can kick, 80 yards.
Yeah, look at Gronkowski on the Raiders. He can kick it almost into the stands now. He was able to kick it out of the back before the rule change.
So number 17, Dylan McKettick, Bulldogs quarterback, hands off to number 25, Tyler Floros, for a short gain of about a half a yard.
Yeah, that was a good play, but one of the offensive linemen for the Bulldogs fell and tripped up Floros in there.
Yep, you could see the some of the pink highlights on players' jerseys supporting Breast Cancer Month, October. It's nice to see.
And you see that mostly in the NFL. They are in huge support of that.
Yep.
Even the referees get a little pink on their gloves or shoes.
And also what the sophomore coach had to say, I asked him, what are the key people to watch on defense, and he said the whole squad. So they're a pretty well defensive team, as McKettick's pass to number 8, Alex Huffhines, is incomplete.
Broken up by number 2, Kalium Ewing. It was a great breakup. He left his feet and got his hand in between Huffhines' to break up that pass.
Maybe that's what the Bulldogs can look for. Their defensive backs on Nazareth aren't too tall, and Huffy being lengthy.
6'8".
Yeah, 6'8" is a very he's a weapon to use on the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Along with number 86, Joey Odeh, split out left this time. He is also 6'6", a very lengthy target, as Floros and number 20, Bruce Bartlett, split out right. Timeout, Riverside Brookfield.
So during this timeout, we will take a break for station identification.
Hello, I'm Alex Voorhees, and you're watching OBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch OBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T Uverse Channel 99, Brookfield, and watch online at www.obtv.tv. Just click on Watch OBTV.
Welcome back to Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs varsity football. The game has just started with 11 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Score is still 0-0.
Yep, and the game's looking mutual right now. Nothing too bad, nothing too good, as Dylan McKettick's pass is blocked. And that was number 43 for Nazareth, who is Patrick Vitek. Very good baseball player also, I might add.
Yeah, they have a big, lengthy defensive line. McKettick really hasn't had to look over defensive line, look for holes in the defensive line before, but he really has to in this game.
Dylan measuring at 5'11", it's kind of hard to get those balls above the defensive line with their stature.
Yeah, you see a lot of quarterbacks even now in the NFL. They are getting taller and taller, as Donovan McNabb at 6'6", Ben Roethlisberger at 8'8". Sorry, 6'8", excuse me.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And let's hope McKettick still has a couple inches in him and good,
Yep, so for Nazareth offense, they will take the ball in Bulldog territory at the 45-yard line. Key players to watch for the Nazareth Roadrunners would be Josh Moore at tailback. He is a junior, and Sam Polis, their quarterback, number 1. These kids are very talented, and we'll see what they can do on offense.
Motion number 23, Joshua Moore, split out left now.
And Polis is back, throws it up.
Out of bounds.
That's tipped by number 82, Kevin Garvey. Great coverage on the play to rough up that pass and not let it to get completed, but he almost got that on the pick.
Yeah, man, he nearly had that, and he would have been gone for another 20 yards because the wide receiver was falling back.
Key injury for the Nazareth Academy Roadrunners will be Rudy Rogmangato, a junior, 5'9", 175 running back. who really is a great player and can do some damage on offense. We're kind of lucky we don't have him in the game today.
You're never lucky someone's injured, but in
Yeah.
our case, so we sort of are.
Motion. Polis hands it off. And a good gain.
Wow, great gain.
Yep, about 10 yards. That'll make it a first down.
I believe that's number 19.
Number 19, Kevin Curtin, a great running back. Got highly recruited out of Westchester and is now attending Nazareth and the starting running back.
Yeah, Nazareth likes to recruit all over even from the Riverside, Brookfield area, trying to get players from all around.
Yep, and that's what makes it a rivalry around this town.
Handoff to number 23, Joshua Moore.
And that's the player to watch right there. He gets a good first down and more.
That's definitely a great 10-yard run by Joshua Moore.
Yep.
He cut back pretty hard, and that was a great push by the offensive line of Nazareth.
And key injuries for the Bulldogs will be Alex Redcannon, who we have seen last week, had the ambulance called out. And he actually popped his knee out and is pretty much out for the season, and it didn't look too good. And also Nick Kirkenes, Alex Howard, all defensive linemen will be not playing today.
And the Bulldogs are starting to wear thin with all these injuries to the defensive line.
Yep.
So look for Nazareth to take advantage of that. Nazareth does a lot of scouting and a lot of research, so they probably will take advantage of that and try to run the ball a lot, as you've seen so far.
Yep, and it looks like it was offsides on the Bulldogs, so the Nazareth Roadrunners got an easy 5 yards. That's not good. That's not, good to see, as they have the ball in Bulldogs territory on the 21.
You really don't want those stupid penalties. Jumping off sides, even at home when you have the crowd on your side, is never good.
Yep. Sam Polis backs out, goes back under center, hands it off to number 9, Kevin Curtin. 19, excuse me. And he gets a good yardage gain of about 3 yards.
Nice job, Kevin Curtin, getting inside the red zone. Just a reminder, your first quarter action is sponsored by Dr. Pizza.
And you are watching RBTV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/myrptv.
Yeah, and that YouTube channel has all previous games for the Bulldogs that have been telecast this year. The game against Glenbard South last 2 weeks ago.
And Nazareth. Polis back to pass.
Bootleg.
Almost gets tackled.
Escapes.
Hits number 12, Carl Jackson. And Jackson is in for the touchdown. Arms up.
That is a touchdown. That was just a check down. First of all, starting with the not-so-good tackling. The Bulldogs can only go up from here. They really need to work on their getting a full wrap. But, number one's Sam Polis, the quarterback. He may be a little small at 5'9", 185, but he has some muscle on him. And
he can get around that backfield.
And he proved it there.
Yep. And the receiver right there was number 12, Carl Jackson, the junior wide receiver, making a big play to get into the end zone. As the kicker, Matthew Ramsey, is back for the field goal, and it is no doubt good right through the uprights.
He drilled that one, and that was straight in the middle. After a mediocre defensive stand, the Bulldogs are down 7-0.
Yep, and we'll see what they do. The coach also had to say that because of Nazareth not playing us for the last couple seasons, they're used to RB being a more passing team as they have been in the past. But Nazareth did not play us last year when we had the changing of coaches, so they don't know that we are transformed into a more running team and we're on the ground, so they have to worry about that. Maybe the Bulldogs can take that into their advantage.
Absolutely, and there's an injury alert. Number 64, Tim Potts, was sent to the locker room with our trainer, Mr. Fry. Hopefully it's not too serious and he can come back in the game.
Yep.
And Tim plays offensive line and defensive line for the Bulldogs. Deep line drive kick out of the...
Matthew Ramsey, the kicker, has a boot on him. His first two kicks went into the end zone for a touchback, so we'll see We'll see if he can kick that up.
Yeah, and just because he can kick out of the back of the end zone, that means that he can kick a pretty long field goal, too.
Yep. Maybe that'll come pretty handy throughout the game.
I have a feeling it will.
Yep, as the Bulldogs take the field.
Number 17, Buchanan, under 7.
Number 17 hands it off to Tyler Floros as Tyler gets to about, 5-yard gain. That's a pretty good look for the Bulldogs right there.
Hey, if you get 5 yards on every play you do, you'll get in the end zone in no time.
Yep. Notables for the game against Elmwood Park last week. Odeh catching a couple touchdowns, making that win even easier. We'll see if they utilize him.
And the Bulldogs take the field with Odeh split out to the left. Huffhines split out to the right. Odeh motions out to the right again.
And Buchanan on the option keeps it and gets tackled with, a good 2 yards. Maybe we'll see a Bulldog first down right here with about 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they have a very manageable 3rd and 2.
Yep.
3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 situation. The Bulldogs really have a good power run game that they're very proud of, and I have a feeling they'll try to just jam it right up the middle here.
What's very scary about the Nazareth Roadrunners is that they have beaten this season Joliet Catholic Academy, who has been, number 1 in state the past couple of years, and they have been, state winners undoubtedly, and that just shows how dangerous they can be.
Yeah, and they have a very big offensive line and defensive line as Tyler Floros, number 20.
Bryce Bartlett.
Bryce Bartlett gets into the past the first down line and almost into Roadrunner territory.
And we'll see what the Bulldogs do here. Buchanan, of course, under center. Maybe we'll see a couple passing plays here as Tyler Floros goes into motion to the left.
That's definitely a sign we can see a passing play. Screen play to Joe Odeh is dropped. Tyler Floros sort of got in his way there, but he was just pushed back by the man he was blocking. He was attempting to block number 3, Neil McCall.
And, he just couldn't get past him, and that roughed up the play. And that's what really the defensive backs are there to do, is to rough up that play and not let that pass get completed.
Yeah, I know if he would have completed that, that would have been a good 5-10 yard game.
Yep, as the Bulldogs have 2nd and 10. Floros in motion again. Buchanan hands it off to number 20, Bryce Bartlett, as he gets a good gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, Bryce is doing a great job of filling Nick Callahan's shoes. He's gotten 2 great runs so far, one for the first down just now, and then a great run of about 7 for the third down. Tyler Floros went in a similar motion pattern, and so they had the Roadrunners thinking they were going to run the same play over again.
Exactly, keep them on their toes. And we'll see, it's shown that the Roadrunners maybe aren't ready for running offense, as they really can't stop our running right now. It's just the Bulldogs trying to persevere for that first down.
Yeah, and they really are pushing. You see the Floros and Bennett are both falling forward every time they are hit. I mean, you see Floros
gets the first down.
Great running.
As he's almost
in. Keep this up.
Yep, as he's almost in the Roadrunner territory at their own 49. We'll see what the Bulldogs can do here as the Roadrunners are up 7-0 with 6:22 left in the first quarter.
It's important to get some points back on the board, as well as take off some time from the clock, which they are doing marvelously.
Yep. Bulldogs, having their 2 wins of the season with Chicago Rabby and Elmwood Park last week, and losing the rest, notably Ridgewood, Glenbard South, and Wheaton St. Francis. Not too good of a season, but we'll see what they can do. As Buchanan hands it off to Bryce Bartlett, as he gets stopped quickly at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a quick gain of 1.
Great tackle by number 7, Thomas Gray.
It also shows right there, Roadrunners just have a great defense. There's really no one that you could pick out that is their star.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Gray, first tackle of the game, but I think really no player on the Roadrunners has had 2 tackles this game.
Yeah, really equal.
it shows you that everyone can tackle, everyone can break up a play.
Yep. As the Bulldogs have second and about 9 yards. As Buketic hands it off to Tyler Floros. Oh, nope, that's Bryce Bartlett.
Bryce gets maybe 2 yards. They make a pretty long 3rd and 7.
Yep.
I would look for Buketic to try to target that's Huffhines on this long 3rd and 7.
Yep.
Try to get him there, or maybe even try to target Odeh. Both very tall at 6'8" and 6'6", respectively.
Yep, we'll see what they do. Coach Reck trying to get his players pumped up on the sidelines, trying to keep them in this game. It's not anywhere close to over. It's not as bad as we thought it would be.
Not nearly. And
as Buketic drop backs the pass,
he's getting pressure.
he gets the ball off.
He just sort of throws it out. He doesn't want to take the sack to give him even worse position to punt.
That was good by Buketic getting out of there and not taking that loss for what looked like to be about 10 yards.
Yeah, it looked like that was number 35, Andrew Minnick. Just flew straight up there with lightning speed. I don't even think he was touched.
Yep.
Some good defensive play calling for the Nazareth Roadrunners. Forces Buketic to roll out and throw it away because don't want to take that sack.
Yep, as Huffy is out for the punt. Snap is back. Huffy runs to the side, gets the punt off.
He wants to get it out to the side. Hopefully the Bulldogs can stop it.
Nazareth calls poison.
But no need.
Sends it back to their own territory at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, pin him at the 20. Hopefully the Bulldogs can stop him this time, and if they stop him quickly, maybe make him go 3 and out, they can get some points back on the board.
Yep. Andy Suzuki, the leader of the defense today, playing middle linebacker, as you can see right there. Roadrunners already on offense. Defense is not looking too good right now as they call a timeout for the Bulldogs. And during this timeout, we'll take a quick break for messages.
Hello, I'm Tim Throlarson, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse, Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs varsity football. The score is 7-0 Nazareth over Riverside Brookfield. And with 4.5 left in the first quarter.
And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here to stop Nazareth's offense, as they had a little bit of confusion with the defense and had to call a timeout. The Sam Polis, Nazareth quarterback, pitches it off to Kevin Curtin, number 19. Kevin gets it outside and gets tackled in the open field by number 4, Joey DeMarco.
Joey DeMarco had a great interception in the game against Owen Park last game. And, him and Callahan both had an interception in the last game.
Yep. And that was a good open field tackle. It stopped Curtin from getting outside and possibly getting major yardage.
Yeah, Joey is at a squat 5'8", 160. Sorry, 5'6", 150. But, he can definitely make those tackles. He just goes for the legs and works out great that time.
Tough kid. So as Nazareth's offense goes out, reverse, that's to number 29.
They've got blockers in front of him, and he's gone.
And that's
30,
on
20. Good job tracking
Aeneas
him down.
White.
That would be Bryce Barley tracking him down.
Yep, tackling the Nazareth running back. Well, I guess you could say wide receiver on that reverse, getting a good gain of about 70 yards on that play.
Yeah, that's the thing the Bulldogs really did poorly against Glenbard South, too. They let out the big play too many times.
Yep.
Really got to attribute that one to the play calling, though. All the Bulldogs linebackers are seeing fake around and end around and quarterback draw, but they really had everyone got fooled, and they got a lot of blockers in front of the running back, and he got, again, pretty far downfield.
Yep, as Polis is scrambling out and gets tackled at about close to the 1. I don't think they're going to get him the touchdown. He kind of touched the pylon there, but I think his knee was down.
He just sort of stretched and touched that pylon at the end, but I have a feeling he was down.
Yep.
And the refs are signaling he was down at about the 2-yard line.
Yep. And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. Not looking too good with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and the Nazareth have excellent field position. Can't really get too much better than that.
If the Bulldogs make a stop here, I'll almost be surprised.
Yep. As Polis under center for the Roadrunners.
2 backs behind him.
Yep. Hands it off outside and is stopped.
At the 1-yard line.
Yep, that was number 23, Joshua Moore. Got stopped. Close to a touchdown. Saves him a play. We got 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, that was a great play by number 28, Vince Sandrick, the defensive back.
Not allowing the touchdown.
Absolutely. He made a big hit on him to not let him fall forward and keep him within 1 yard.
As Nazareth on the right hash mark. And flag on the play. Let's see what they call.
False start on the Nazareth Roadrunners.
Nope. Approachment on the defense. They get a half yard.
Nice. Yeah, it would normally be 10 yards, but since they're this close to the end zone, it's just half the distance to the goal.
Yep.
Since they're on the 1-yard line, yes, half a yard. That was a hard-earned half a yard right there.
Now we'll see what the Roadrunners do here to power it in. Hopefully the Bulldogs get a stop. Polis under center.
Number 5. Sean Malone.
And Kurt jumps over and gets the touchdown.
He got pretty high up there.
Yep,
wow.
Does the Reggie Bush jump and gets the touchdown and makes it 13-0 Roadrunners.
Yeah, I have a feeling that was the original Walter Payton jump.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. But he definitely got up there, got over our defensive lineman, and got into the end zone.
Yep. Not good to see, but very talented football players in Nazareth. They are recruited to do this, and they're doing their job, really.
Absolutely. Well, the Bulldogs are down soon to be 14-0.
Yep, as their kicker, Matthew Ramsey, sinks another field goal, just without question. Ramsey is a junior, 5'10", 180. They still have him for another good 1 year. It's kind of amazing to see how good he kicks right now. Maybe he'll go somewhere for college for kicking.
Yeah, that was such a good kick. That almost went it's almost higher than the goalpost.
Yeah. As the ball actually went into the street behind the goalpost, actually, they had to go and retrieve it. As the Roadrunners will kick off, and Bulldogs will have the ball.
I think he can easily make it maybe a 30 or 35 yarder. He definitely has a leg.
As Keller and Tyler Floros are back to retrieve the kick.
He kicked it out of the back of the end zone 2 times in a row. Let's see if he can do it again. Not out of the back, but into a non-returnable position.
And flag down on the play. And he is calling, which refs had to enforce during the game, is players have to stay on the other side of the blue line on the field. And they warn the coaches, and looks like Rec isn't too happy about it, but it looks like the refs had someone too close for comfort, and they threw the flag on it.
The call is officially 12 men on the field.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's just to make it clear that that person is not on the field. As Matthew Ramsey's here to kick, and it's off. It's a line drive.
Into the end zone, out of the back. I don't know. I think Luke Keller may have gotten that. He was trying to leave it for number 25, Tyler Floros, but I don't know. That was maybe there's questionable judgment. As they let the kick roll out of the back.
As it will be Bulldogs football at the 20-yard line with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
I shouldn't be one to judge, though. Maybe Luke saw something that I didn't in the blocking scheme.
Yeah, we'll just. As Buketic in for quarterback.
Yeah, he's hoping to inject a little bit more life into the offense. They had a great series last time. Didn't put any points on the board, but they definitely had a lot of great running plays.
Yeah, they're not looking too bad. Just can't pull in for the touchdown. Buketic hands it off to number 20, Bryce Bartlett. He gets outside to the 40, to the 50, gets tackled.
He gets tackled at around the 48.
By number 21.
Great run by Bryce Bartlett, definitely filling in for Tyler Callahan.
Yeah, yes, and Nick Callahan.
Nick Callahan, my mistake.
And, great run, about 30 yards, and tackled by DeZimone, very well-respected defensive player for Naz, being on varsity for a couple of years now.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs are hoping to get something just as effective as the last play. Hoping to get anything.
As McKettick under center, hands it off quick to Bryce Bartlett again. And Bryce gets stopped for about a gain of a yard. And it's actually stripped. And Naz has it.
Oh, man, and he's going the other way.
Play. As number 29.
Andreas White
gets the touchdown for the Roadrunners. And that was...
No touchdown they're signaling. And the refs are having a little bit of a conference.
A lot of confusion on this play. I thought Bryce was down.
I figured the same too, but it looks like
and they called touchdown.
Oh wow, look at that! And the Nazareth 12th man is going crazy. All the 12th man came out and is occupying the visitors' stands.
Yep. Nazareth also bringing their Naz, and they are pumped up on that side as Nazareth gets their third touchdown of the day, making it 20-0 in their favor. You know, that was a very scary play. You know, Bulldogs have a good play and then, get it stripped by the same player and for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the Bulldogs stopped playing. They didn't see it stripped, just like we didn't up here in the booth.
Yep. And as...
That's the extra. He adds the extra point to make the score 21-0 Nazareth Roadrunners.
You know, we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. You know, 21-0 in the first quarter does not sound good to anybody's liking here at RB. You know, people around the town are losing confidence. You know, RB hasn't won a home game yet this season.
Yeah, you know, and they turned that score around pretty quickly, just like they did against Notre Dame. In 3 minutes, they scored 35 points against Notre Dame. I mean, in about 2 here, they scored 14. Where the score didn't look so awful at 7-0, with only about 4.5 left. It's looking increasingly worse at 20-0 Roadrunners.
Pretty sure it should be 21-0. Little malfunction on the scoreboard. I believe it should be 21-0. Looked like the kicker, Matt Ramsey, actually made the field goal.
Again, great kick by Matt Ramsey. I think this one's returnable.
And he returns it. Floros to the 20 and gets tackled.
I don't know if he might as well take the touchback.
Yeah,
but it's the potential of the big play that makes him want to bring it out.
As the white-outed 12th man for Nazareth is going crazy. You know, they brought a lot to the table. RB, really not color coordinated, but they're out there.
And they're on their feet, hoping their offense can do something.
Yep, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here as McKettick goes out to the huddle. Very beautiful day out today. Not too cold, not too warm. You know, no rain.
It's getting a little bit chillier tonight, but the day was absolutely beautiful. The sophomore game, the sophomores lost a pretty disappointing one.
Yep.
They scored 1 touchdown in a loss that I don't think should have been for the Roadrunners.
Yep.
They were projected to put up a bit better fight than they did.
Yep.
But no one really knew how much the Roadrunners brought to the table.
Yep. You know, Nazareth being a very well-respected football program, their sophomores coming into that game, we're only 1-6, but you also got to take intact that their schedule is much harder than ours, metaphorically. But they came out and showed our sophomores a good game. And Bulldogs have second and about 7 as McKettick's under center.
Yeah, if they get 3 or 4 yards, oh boy.
And looks like it was a flag before
the play's whistled dead.
And looks like Bulldogs called timeout. So during this timeout, we'll take a quick break for a few quick messages.
Hello, I'm Paolo Speciale, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Riverside Brookfield Varsity Football. I'm Andrew Polewski here with Tyler Campbell, and the score is 21-0 Roadrunners.
Yep, and we'd like to remind you, you're watching RBTV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/myrbtv. As Bulldogs have the ball at the 21-yard line.
29. Or 24-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, not 24-ish, yes. As they get a quick gain, of about 3 yards as they get 3rd and 5 with the clock ticking down. 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
And coming out of the game for a moment is just number 75, Marion Jefferson.
Bulldogs offense looking to the side. I think they're going to be running out the clock as the play clock is greater than the game clock. So that'll wrap up the first quarter. Roadrunners up 20-0 according to the scoreboard. So during this break, we'll take a break for a few quick messages.
Hello, I'm Stacey Sherman, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T U-verse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldogs Varsity Football. I'm Andrew Polewski here with Tyler Campbell. And, the Bulldogs looking to get a drive started at around the 25-yard line with 3rd and 5.
Yep, as
handoff goes to Bryce Bartlett.
And he gets tackled pretty much immediately.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are they looked pretty good in their first series with the run game, but now the run game is is stifling slightly.
Yep, Nazareth adjusting to the play choice of the Bulldogs. And we like to apologize for the confusion on the score. It actually is 20-0. Nazareth's kicker, Matthew Ramsey, did miss his 3rd field goal, so that does make it 20-0. And looks like the punt team is out for the Bulldogs.
Huffhines with the punt.
Snap by Ken Castle's back. Huffhines gets it up. Beautiful punt.
Deep punt, too. He does not call for a fair catch, and it costs him.
That's number 5, Sean Maloney.
The Bulldogs bring him back to their own 40-yard line.
Yep, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. Maybe hold them for their own offensive possession.
Yeah, and Huffhines with a great punt all the way from that was almost a 60-yard. That was a 60-yard punt.
Yep.
By Huffhines.
And Nazareth offense back out on the field.
You can tell his Huffhines' leg is developing.
Yep.
Starting from the beginning of the season to now.
Sam Polis back to pass. Looks left, sees a man open, lofts it up.
Sets up the screen pass. Good tackle by Andy Suzuki.
And on the reception is number 44, Danny Calignan. Good pass by Sam Polis. We'll see what the Bulldogs can do to stop the Roadrunners here. A little crosstown rivalry, you could tell that it is with the Roadrunners bringing their 12th man to the game. You don't see that too often with a football game.
At least at the away stadium.
Yep. And handoff to number 23, Joshua Moore, as he's
still going. He plows through runner. Oh, he almost stayed on his feet there.
He's get tackled at about the 20-yard line into Bulldogs territory.
Another big play let up by the Bulldogs.
Yep.
A couple times he could have been tackling, but he really did have a full head of steam. He ran really well downhill on that run.
Yep. And it'll be 1st down and 10 on the Bulldogs 20.
When he cut in, he really committed to the hole he was taking, and that really helped him break a couple tackles and break for that big gain.
Yep.
Number 5 for the Roadrunners, Sean Maloney, split out left.
2 men in motion.
Also 2 men in the backfield. Handoff to number 19.
Kevin Curtin as he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage by the Bulldogs.
And they have the ball. That's a fumble.
I think they're going to call him down first.
Oh, wow, you could see Joey DeMarco was really trying to rip that ball out.
Yep.
And he did. It was just after he was already down.
Yep. And as the Bulldogs make a good stop for the Roadrunners, and they have 2nd and 10, you know, maybe a good look for the Bulldogs defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, 2nd and 10 is not a very manageable situation, so if they can keep him out of the end zone here, it would be very beneficial.
Yep. Polis calls motion, pitches it out to number 23.
Ooh, gets stiff arms. Number 23, stiff arms. Number 42,
You know,
Mark Swift.
Great versatility on Joshua Moore. You know, it looked like that play was about to be over. He makes a spin move, you know, stiff arms a couple people, and makes that play into somewhat a beneficial play for the Roadrunners. You know, amazing for that kind of, you know, velocity for one person.
Yeah, and he made that play change from probably a 3rd and 15 to a 3rd and 6.
Yep.
You know, that's all the difference a couple quick and sharp moves can make with number 84. Luis Verdon split out left.
Polis hands it off to
Joshua Moore again.
Yep.
Does not get the first down, but gets into pretty safe field goal range. It's 4th and 1.
And let's see if the Roadrunners actually punt here. Field goal.
Oh, it doesn't look like they are. They're talking. And, yep, their quarterback, Sam Polis, is coming back out.
Yep. We'll see what they do here with 4th and 2 yards to go. Bulldogs bringing the heat on defense. Four men on the line with 2 ends.
They're stacking up the box. Look like there's about to blitz and run it up the middle. Powerful offensive line of Nazareth. Pushes through.
Legs, he gets the first down.
And
maybe call it the chains on this one.
it's just close. We'll see. And they are calling out the chains, I'm pretty sure.
They're calling out the chains.
Officials discussing as the chains are coming out.
We'll see if the Bulldogs catch a quick break here. You know, if they don't get this at the turnover.
And remember, the chains, the whole ball has to be behind the first down line for it not to be complete.
Yep.
And it is a first down, signals the ref. The Bulldogs don't catch a break as Nazareth makes it 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
Not too good to see. You know, Bulldogs seem to have a pretty good defensive possession there, and Roadrunners get out with the first down. As Polis takes it under center, and we'll have 1st and goal.
Again, number 5, Sean Maloney split out to the right. Joshua Moore hammers it up the middle again. It was a good tripping off of him, and limits him to maybe a 2 or 3 yard carry,
yep.
if that. Ooh, and looks like number 55 for the Bulldogs.
Christy
Planich, yeah. He does not look good as he's limping off the field. He needs help by our training staff.
Doesn't look good. Looks like he's favoring his right leg.
Coming into the game is Will Potts. Looks like it's his left knee that's causing him problems.
Duplanich, a very good defensive player and offensive player for the Bulldogs, is going to be that's not good to see for the coaching staff.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be missed.
Yep, as it is 2nd and 9 for the Nazareth Roadrunners as Polis is under center.
Bulldogs
hands it off.
Good stop. Penetration by number 33, Andy Suzuki.
Not letting Joshua Moore get that yardage to get the into the end zone.
That was an impressive play.
Yep.
Shot right up with a gap he was supposed to and hit the running back square in the chest.
And as Nazareth, you know, they pushed him back behind the 10-yard line. And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here with 3rd down.
Number 5, Maloney split out to the left. We got Moore and Curtin in the backfield. And oh, no, it's a pass. Has number 44 open the end zone? No. If he had number 44, that's Daniel Callahan.
Yep, and Number 20, Bryce Bartlett on the coverage, breaks up the pass. You know, Polis looked like he had the man open for a little bit, but, you know, didn't get there in time, and Bartlett was there to keep the pass from being completed.
And Bartlett's doing pretty much everything today, working as a running back and as, I think it was, a DB on that play right there.
Yep, and looks like the kicker, Matthew Ramsey, is out for the 22-yard field goal.
High snap, down, and the signal is it's good.
Hands up, it's good, and that makes it 23-0, Roadrunners lead.
You know, even if the Bulldogs put 3 points on the board, it'd be good for them to show that the ESPN Chicago was wrong, because they said they weren't going to score any points with 48-0.
Not looking too good, though, in the first half for the Bulldogs. You know, 6 minutes left in the second quarter, 23-0. Bulldogs not withholding any timeouts for the rest of the half. Roadrunners still withhold their 3. So, not looking too good for the first half.
No, it doesn't. As teams come out to field the kick, the Bulldogs come out to field the kick. Coach is giving them a couple last words before they go out there to try to return this.
Yep.
The Nazareth 12th man getting all pumped up.
Yep, and
as is the Bulldogs 12th man, jubilant and trying to move in this cold weather.
Yep.
You know,
the Bulldogs don't really want to be embarrassed on their homecoming night. You know, the dance is this weekend. This is the homecoming game, of course, against a very heavy contender of Nazareth. But we won't want to be shut out in our homecoming.
That's a deep kick.
As Ramses
into the end zone. I think the rule is if it lands in the end zone, you cannot take it out. But if it bounces in the end zone, you can. Like it bounces before it gets into the end zone. And the Bulldogs will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here.
Reminder that your second quarter action is brought to you by our sponsor, Dr. Pizza. Thank you very much. And just a reminder also, I'm Andrew Pilevsky.
And I'm Tyler Campbell.
And you're watching RB Bulldogs Varsity Football.
As the Bulldogs have the ball with 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line, down 23-0. Buketic hands it off to Tyler Floros as he gets a good gain of about 3 yards.
You know, 3 yards is 3 yards. Whichever way you take it. It was sort of sloppy, sort of quick, fast over, but he got his 3 yards and makes it 2nd and 7.
Yep.
You know, if you get 4 yards here, it makes it very manageable. You know, 3rd and 3.
Yep.
And Buketic comes out to relay the play from the sidelines.
And we'll see what the Nazareth Roadrunners big defensive line, I might add, do to the offensive running game of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you know, they have number 57, Tyler Van Dan, who was supposed to come to Riverside Brookfield, but he was recruited by Nazareth because he's a very, very big 6'6".
270.
6'6", 270.
Lineman, and he's a very large kid.
You know, and you see him and you can't even believe he's just a junior.
Yeah. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here with 3rd and 5. Maybe get a first down here and drive the ball down and get at least in the red zone.
You know, getting in the red zone is really, really important so they can give good a kick because Santi Beltran last week was the athlete of the week, their kicker.
Yep.
Has thrown up for Huffhines. Surprisingly over his head. It's not very easy to throw it over Huffhines' head, but Buketic did, and Huffhines could not get it and was walking back to get ready to punt.
Yep, and the punt team is out for the Bulldogs. We're 4th and 5 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, and you don't really want to put the ball in the Roadrunners' hands.
You know, and they will have such good field position. Even if he has like a 60-yard punt, it'll still put him at around the 50 to 45-yard line.
Yep, somewhere around there.
And that's assuming the Bulldogs get down there and cover the kick well.
Yep. Snap is back. Huffhines rolls left. Block
almost blocked.
Yep. As
Bounces.
poison is called, and the Bulldogs will down it at, who called it? You did, at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, there you go. He had another great 60-yard punt from the 15, and you know that was nearly blocked too. I have a feeling his leg almost got hit there. You know, if that would have been a bit more of a reckless try for a block, he could have even gotten roughing the kicker called.
Yep. Maybe that would be a break for the Bulldogs to see as Nazareth gets the ball at about the 45-yard line in their own territory.
Yeah, Nazareth's offense looking very potent with Joshua Moore, who's not in the backfield. Rather, he split out left as he
goes
comes
in motion
around the end. And
number 29, Amaris White, running, breaks a tackle and gets tackled at about the 33-yard line.
Great run for number 29. He bowled over one of the Bulldogs' defensive backs.
Lots of juniors making a lot of highlights for Nazareth. That was Amaris White, the junior, 5'11", 200 pounds. Kind of scary to see because they're not leaving Nazareth for another year.
Yeah, Nazareth has a big chance of winning state this year, looking very good. And, they have a ton of juniors, as you said, so it may be just as good for them, bad for the Bulldogs next year. Yep.
As Polis is back to pass and overthrows number 2, Kemel Ewing.
And number 56 would have been right on him if he didn't throw it over.
Yep. As you see, Suzuki leading the defense, calling the break. As Nazareth offense approaches the line, Sam Polis under center for Nazareth.
Nazareth isn't using a lot of 2 wide receiver sets, mostly a 2 back set with Moore and Curtin, but actually
Joshua Moore breaks the tackle, makes the cut inside.
Moore, he completely fooled Joey DeMarco there.
Crosses the goal line and makes the touchdown.
Yeah, he just had a full head of steam, and Joey DeMarco was caught a little flat-footed as Joshua Moore just rolled right by him.
Yep, and that makes a 29-0 Roadrunners lead. Not too good to start off the second quarter.
The score is 29-0. Nazareth would be 30-0 if assuming they make the extra point.
Yep.
He missed 1 and made 2 today.
Nazareth's field goal team needs 1 player out. They only have 10.
Oh, man, they're calling for someone to go out. They're calling for something. I think. I don't know.
And here comes the player.
The extra player, yeah. I don't know if that was a confusion caused by injury or what, but looks like he sort of knows what he's doing. So.
As Ramsey's kick is up, and it's through the uprights, hands up, field goal, 30-0 Roadrunners.
Man, sort of deflating for the Bulldogs. Losing by 30 points, and it's only the first half.
Yep. We'll see what the Bulldogs can do. Coach Reck not giving up. You can see on the sideline he is trying to get the Bulldogs up, and that's his job. He needs to let the Bulldogs know this game's not over, and it's possible to come back.
Yeah, and it's possible, but not likely here.
Yep.
Nazareth is looking very strong. We have Coach Reck, even though it doesn't look like they'll come back, he wants to get some points on the board, or even if they don't get any points, just make it a learning experience.
Yep.
Because that's what he's there for, just to teach these players, help them get better, and hope they will improve.
As Nazareth is back to kick. That's number 9, Matthew Ramsey, the junior kicker. Very notable.
Again, Keller and Floros back to receive.
Yep. Ramsey, a very healthy, eligible kicker, showing his ability. As he kicks it deep.
Deep bomb.
Floros will get it in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are starting at the 20-yard line every time because Nazareth has scored on every drive, I believe, except one. Every drive except one. So the Bulldogs and their kicker keeps on kicking it right into the end zone. The Bulldogs repeatedly get it around the 20-yard line. They really can't get any good field position or momentum going if their defense doesn't start making some stops.
Yep, we need the Bulldogs to get a good offensive possession here and maybe turn this game around as Buketic, the Bulldogs quarterback, takes the field under center. Tyler Floros back with Bryce Bartlett. As he hands it off to Bryson. Bryce gets tackled easily, maybe for a gain of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2-yard gain makes 2 and 8. Just a reminder, the Nazareth Roadrunners are winning 30-0 with 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter. And, this game isn't looking too good, but the Bulldogs really do want to get some points on this board.
Yep. The Nazareth Roadrunners, very aggressive team, wearing out the Bulldogs line. You can see, it's just tough, and the scoreboard shows it.
As it's a QB sneak up the gut, maybe.
Hands it off, yeah.
Maybe got to the line of scrimmage. I think the ref signaling he did, 3rd and 8. And batons and cheerleaders getting ready for the halftime entertainment with about 3:30 left before halftime.
Yep.
And the Bulldogs, they will get the ball they will kick off, actually.
Yep, they'll kick off at halftime.
So they really do want to get down and put some points on the board before half, because if they don't, the opponents will get it right back.
As Buketic is sacked behind the line of scrimmage by a herd of Roadrunners. Looking to pass, couldn't get it off. Roadrunners just absolutely collapsed on him.
Yeah, that pocket did not do well. Maybe a couple missed blocking assignments or something, as Huffhines comes out to punt again.
Back to receive for the Roadrunners, number 5, Sean Maloney. And we'll see what he can do. Maybe a little return here, and maybe the Bulldogs maybe even get a stop before the end of the half.
Yeah, that'd be really, even if it wasn't, even if it wasn't close, if he pins them deep and they were just taking a shot at the end zone, not letting them get points has some emotional.
Punt is blocked. And it's recovered by the Nazareth Roadrunners. Number 32, Daniel Desmond, retrieves the punt.
He hasn't been big in this game before, but again, Roadrunners have so many talented players on that sideline. Anyone can come up big.
It kind of seemed that when Huffy peeled off for that punt, maybe that's what caused the block, but, he does what the coaches tell him, and I guess that's what happens.
Yeah, I don't think that was really his fault as well.
Yeah.
I think the play calling should just tell him to punt. I mean, they weren't really going to go for the fake there.
Yeah. And so Nazareth has the ball at their own 8-yard, at Bulldogs' 8-yard line. And Polis under center still, with Joshua Moore in the backfield.
Curtains, split out right.
And Moore powers in for about a good 5-yard gain.
Wow,
Gets to about
he moved that pile.
Yep, very powerful young man.
Yeah, he's seen his speed, and there he just showed you his power, keeping those legs churning, even though there was probably 5 Bulldogs trying to bring him down.
Yep, and it'll be still Nazareth ball, 2nd down and about 4 yards to the end zone.
Yeah, and that's good coaching too, I'm telling you, to tell a player to keep on moving your legs no matter where you are. Just keep on moving, keep on trying to drive forward.
Yep.
As the Roadrunners look to to pass with two wide receivers out, split out for the first time. Oh, no, it's a run to Joshua Moore around the end, and he is stopped at about the inch line.
Yeah, he kind of maybe questionable call, because it looked like he glided over the defender and didn't touch the ground, but I guess the referee says he's down before the 1-yard line.
Yeah, the ball couldn't be any closer to the goal line. It's a matter of millimeters.
Yep.
I have a feeling they're going to pound it in.
And we'll see what the Roadrunners do here, approaching the end of the half with the Roadrunners leading 30-0.
Yeah, and if they bring it up 37-0, they'll get the ball right back.
Yep.
It's really just not good.
It's really nothing to look forward to with them getting the ball back in the start of the second half. As Paulus powers in for a touchdown, hands up, that makes it 36-0.
Basically, they told all their big offensive linemen just to push and for a second. I mean, all they needed was a second. They went to a hard count to try to get the Bulldogs guessing, and they just slammed right through that offensive line. The Bulldogs' offensive line or defensive line isn't that small. It's just the
matter of how big Nazareth is.
Yeah,
Yep, and that'll make it Ramsey's kick, and it is good. That makes it 37-0 Bulldogs. Not looking too good in the first half, as approaching the end of the half, 36 seconds left. And we'll see what they can do on this possession.
Let's hope it's something good.
Yeah.
Let's hope they can. Maybe it all will start with some momentum if they can get a return. Their kicker for Nazareth, Matthew Ramsey is just decimating those kickoffs.
Not really giving them a chance to return anything.
Not at all. And you see the Bulldog sideline is just looking almost devoid of life.
Yep.
As they're down, 37-0.
I don't blame them, on the sideline to be that down. 37-0 in the second quarter is not heard of in most high schools football games, but I guess here it is.
Yeah, it's not the worst. They were down their first home game of the season. They lost by 40-some points, and they were down by over 40 at the end of the first.
Yep. And the kick is off for Nazareth, and it's a deep one.
Way deep, and that's 5 yards into the end zone.
You know Tyler Floros is very irritated with not being able to recover a punt. Talking to him earlier in the day, he wants to win this game. He's a very powerful young man. I believe that he can, play on these state contender teams for Illinois, but he's not getting the chance with the, I hate to say it, the team of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and, he really does work really hard along with his fellow running back. Mm-hmm. That's number 20, Bryce Bartlett. Just, RB's trying to get pumped up for this game, but it's hard when they're so disfavored for the game as Bryce Bartlett takes the carry for about 3 yards.
Yep.
At this situation last time, the Bulldogs went to pass the ball. A running play isn't exactly that beneficial with only 20 seconds and counting left in the half.
Yep,
so
as McKettick makes his way out to the field.
Sort of slowly. I have a feeling this is going to be the last play from scrimmage.
Yep.
If they decide to run the ball.
And McKettick hands it off to number 20, Bryce Bartlett, and that will wrap up the first half. 37-0 Roadrunners, and so during the halftime, we'll take a quick break for these messages.
Hello, I'm Ray Morgenthaler, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T U-verse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the RBTV Game of the Week. I'm Tyler Campbell, and joining me today is Andrew Pulofsky. The Bulldogs are down 37-0 to start the half, and we'd also like to acknowledge this half is brought to you by Dr. Pizza, located in North Riverside, Illinois. So, Andrew, what does it look like so far?
It doesn't look good for the Bulldogs. They're down 37-0, and at the beginning of the second half, and hopefully the Bulldogs can get something going. I just really want them to get some points on the board tonight, and I have a feeling they do too.
Especially with the homecoming game, it's just kind of a motivator from all the build-up to the game, for them to at least score.
Yeah, with RB having Spirit Week this week because of homecoming, where blue and white day was today, and there was a penalty for the kicker grabbed it, not letting it go 10 yards.
Yep.
He almost had it though. I don't know if I think he could have held off for another yard.
I think they're calling a re-kick. Yep. Offsides. You had it right. Push him back. I think 5 yards.
Oh man, Coach Reck does not look happy about that call. He's out on the field yelling for the ref.
That's what they need though. They need an onside kick to get something going on.
Yeah, now that makes that onside kick forces the Roadrunners to play a little bit farther up.
Yep.
So,
Santi Beltran will kick off again for the Bulldogs.
Former soccer player, and current soccer player actually, definitely has a really big leg and can help with maybe possibly a deep kick because, they're not giving the two returners for the Roadrunners are not giving much respect, standing almost at the 20-yard line. Yep.
And Santi lofts it up. And number 22 for the Nazareth Roadrunners.
That would be number
Philip Gaspari.
Philip Gaspari goes up and went up and got it. He has a good vertical and went up and caught the ball above his head.
With the herd of Bulldogs coming at him too, that was a good play.
Yeah, I know. If he wouldn't have caught that would have definitely been recovered by the Bulldogs.
And showed them some momentum in the second half for the Bulldogs also.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really want to come out flying, if not soaring here.
Yep, so Polis is back for the Nazareth Roadrunners as he hands off to number 23, Joshua Moore. And he gets to about the 25-yard line in Bulldog territory, and that's not a good way to start the half with only the first play. And the Roadrunners get a good 25-yard gain.
Andy Suzuki looks like he's hurt, calling for the trainer.
Yep.
Or running off. He's coming off under his own power, but he looks like he's hurt. He's a big player on their defense. Yep. That's going to be a problem.
Yes, it's something that Coach Reck is probably going to look to him getting in as soon as possible. Looks like he's all right, just made a little stinger, needs a little break. As Paulus is under center for Nazareth. Fakes handoff, peels out to the right, throws it to number 44 on Nazareth, who
cuts back.
Daniel Callaghan, and gets to close touchdown range.
The ref is signaling for the ball to be spotted at the 2-yard line.
Yep. That was a good play by the quarterback for Nazareth with getting out and making the play.
If they've manipulated, that is Nazareth has manipulated the RB linebackers very effectively this whole game, faking run, then showing pass, or faking run, either or with draws or play action.
And Josh Moore and Sam Paulus are both living up to their, keeping an eye on players on the offense because they're both being stars out there.
Absolutely, as number 24. That's
touchdown Nazareth. That's Joshua Moore.
What's that? Second or third touchdown?
Second touchdown today. 43-0 Nazareth. Not looking too good for the Bulldogs in the second half.
I believe after the second half, if the Bulldogs are down 40 points, the clock stays running.
Yep. Yeah. So 45 seconds first in the second half, and Nazareth gets a touchdown.
Yeah, it's not good.
That Coach Reck was trying to get his players pumped up in the locker room during the halftime, and that's not what he wants to see.
Absolutely not.
As the kicker for Nazareth comes on the field. Ramsey's
been so effective.
And he makes it again.
It's a chip shot for him, and that's in.
44-0 Nazareth Roadrunners on your Bulldogs 0.
Oh, man, that's 44-0 is not a good scoreline.
Same stuff, different weekend, it feels like, here at Shuey Stadium.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the Bulldogs' first home game.
Yep. And so the Bulldogs will have the ball with 11:14 left in the third quarter, And number 9 for Nazareth, Matthew Ramsey, being a very powerful kicker today. Almost every kick of his is going back for a touchback, really showing his power.
Yeah, every kick except one has gone back for a touchback so far.
Nazareth really strong in every position in their game, and it shows the scoreboard, shutting out the Bulldogs. Their defense has had a couple touchdowns. Offenses is showing their strength, so.
Yeah, on most high school teams, you can pick one position, say they're a little bit weak there, but that's not the case for Nazareth at all, which is what you expect from a top 20
team in Illinois.
Yeah, all those teams are competitive, and I have a feeling if any of those teams played RB, the scoreline would be the same.
Yep, with Illinois ranking Riverside Brookfield, your Bulldogs 256th in state, with Nazareth being ranked 12th. And even on the national level, Nazareth is ranked within the top 350. So, that's very impressive.
Yeah, there's 50 states.
Yeah.
So
lots of high schools, and RB good. Not even in the top 6,000 in the nation. So it's very interesting to think of.
There's a lot of high schools out there, and a lot of really good football high schools out there, especially in the South.
Yep.
Anyway, back to this game. Beketic goes back, looks for Huffhines.
Huffhines catches it with his lengthy arms, gets to about the 42-yard line.
He created really good separation on number 36, Michael Muehlhauser.
Yep, and that was a good play. Very good play by Alex Huffhines.
And Beketic did a really good job throwing the ball to his back shoulder.
Yep, and the defensive back didn't even see that ball coming, and that's why they got completed. Granted, Huffhines' lengthy arms, but it was a good play overall as the Bulldogs get a good first down.
Absolutely. You saw you can see Huffhines tracking that ball all the way as Bukedic's running sort of a hurry-up offense, getting back to the line quickly.
And he hands it off quickly to
Tyler Floros. Gets 12-yard gain. Nice job. Bulldogs are marching down the field. The no huddle works well. Now they're going into a bit of a longer huddle.
Yep. And another first down for the Bulldogs. You know, looking pretty good right now. They're coming off some momentum. Maybe
they'll get into a red zone, maybe get a field goal, maybe get a touchdown. We'll see.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
Only time will tell, and hopefully time will tell something positive for the Bulldogs.
So,
Bulldogs,
Bulldogs in Roadrunner territory.
Number 32, that's Shelton Shikari. Split out wide.
And Bulldogs get stopped pretty early, about a gain of 1 yard.
That's actually the ref signaling 2, so we'll take it. 2nd and 8.
And Buketic still quarterback for your Bulldogs. As Odeh makes his run in, gives Buketic his play. With 15 seconds left on the play clock, we'll see if they can get a play here. Maybe Buketic won't. Doesn't look like he's realizing the shortage on the play clock.
Oh man, 7, 6. Yeah, I think he just noticed it and gets the play off quicker.
And Floros,
nice. Makes it 3rd and 2. Okay, now this is where the Bulldogs may have some struggles because now Nazareth is expecting run. They may have not been expecting run on 2nd and 8, but now they're definitely going to be expecting run. And
with a 3rd and 2,
it's almost a given.
Yeah, they've been running mostly all today. You know, Buketic hasn't really been getting that much good on his passing game, but we'll see what they do here. So with 3rd and 2 on Roadrunners 39, excuse me.
Buketic hands up the middle. First down, Bulldogs.
And there's a 3rd consecutive first down for the Bulldogs. Good drive so far. We'll see if they can continue this and get into the red zone. Maybe put up 6.
Yeah, you know, they're only 15 yards away. Maybe they can, once they're inside the 20-yard line or the red zone, it's a pretty decent field goal opportunity for the kicker, Santi Beltran.
Yep.
You got Huffhines on the left and
Bryce Bartlett stopped before the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think that you can't pin that one on Bryce Bartlett.
Yeah.
You really have to pin that one on the offensive line.
Yes.
Not creating a push, not giving him a hole.
Exactly.
He had nowhere to go.
As the Bulldogs have indeed 2nd and 12 on Roadrunners 41-yard line.
That's a long 2nd and 12 too, because even if they get 6 yards, which is a pretty good play for the Bulldogs, they're still 3rd and 6, which would be another pretty good play.
As Bukedic's under center, gets the snap, hands it. Keeps
it
himself.
Doesn't, keeps it. Good run for Buketic. Great play brings him down to 3rd and 2. A great 10-yard play for Buketic.
Buketic, very versatile quarterback. You know, maybe Nazareth wasn't even expecting that because we haven't seen that today of Buketic keeping the ball and running. And he did it, and he got a good gain.
That was his only his 2nd time keeping it this game. You know, once on a 3rd and 1, and once again just now.
Buketic with 3rd and 2, takes the snap, drop back to pass, lofts it up for Huffhines. Huffhines makes the catch.
2 feet in, beautiful catch. The clock's still running though. He was tackled inbounds according to the ref.
Yep.
The clock continues to run. Well, the clock has to continue to run. The Bulldogs down by 40.
Yep.
And
the Bulldogs get the ball at about the 10-yard line, so we'll see what happens here. They're well within the red zone and in pretty decent scoring position.
Surprisingly, Huffhines, who's normally a pretty big red zone threat, has just come out of the game. Maybe it looks like the coach is talking to him, trying to give him a couple last words of advice, maybe a play call before he goes. He may go back in next as a handoff to
Bryce Bartlett.
Bryce Bartlett gets him down to the 2.
And the Bulldogs looking pretty good right now inside the 5-yard line.
Now they're 2 big wide receiver threats. Odeh and Huffhines both come in.
And you got to look for that loft up into the end zone for the touchdown.
Again,
Bulldogs need it.
Yeah, as we've said earlier this broadcast, the Nazareth corners are a lot shorter than Odeh and Huffhines, especially the one matched up on Huffhines now. He looks almost 5'6".
And the loft's up to Huffhines, and
it's Odeh.
And he makes the catch.
Makes the catch. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And that's a homecoming night touchdown. The crowd is going crazy. despite the scoreline at 44-6 now, the crowd is still very happy with the touchdown.
Odeh, a very well-respected wide receiver now. You know, in the beginning of the season, he really wasn't seen as a starter, but he has made his way up in the lineup and the depth chart and, you know, shown the coaches what he can do.
No doubt, and that was a very athletic spinning catch. He only has to get 1 foot in, but he got 2 feet in anyway. Just trying to show if there's any NFL scouts here or something. Just show him that. I doubt it, but if there are, just show him that he can get the 2 feet in too.
Flag down on the play.
Penalty
Too many
Bulldogs.
people on the field.
Oh man,
for the Bulldogs.
that's a bad penalty to get.
Yep. And looks like Bulldogs will be pushed back a little bit for their field goal.
It's still a very makeable field goal, maybe.
Yep.
I mean, instead of a 20-yarder.
I think the Nazareth Roadrunners declined the penalty, maybe showing some mercy for the Bulldogs.
That'd be very nice of them.
And
he fumbled the snap.
That's number 2, Luke Heller, could not get the snap down.
Usually used mostly on kickoffs and special teams in general. Fumbles the snap.
And that the score remains 44-6 in Roadrunners' favor. And the Bulldogs will kick off with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. I know it's kind of sad to see, you know, an easy point for the Bulldogs and just a simple mistake just kind of aborted that.
You know, that's really been the history of the Bulldogs season. After a lot of good plays and a good drive, just one tiny mistake, you know, what causes for them to lose points. Just not good, not good.
And so the Bulldogs are on the board. That's good to see. You know, like we said before, they were predicted not to even score this game. So, you know, showing some enthusiasm. As Beltran gets ready to kick off.
And the Bulldogs, maybe, I don't know if they'll be looking for another onside like they did last time. But, you know, we'll see here as Santi gets ready for the kick. Getting the play call from the sideline, which they expect. It looks like the ref stops play because the ball fell off the tee. It's really windy out here, and you can see the flags are whipping really fast, and even everyone's bracing for all the wind. It's just making it even colder out here, making it hard to kick into the wind too. You know, as opposed to kicking with the wind, which gives them a significant boost.
As it's
onside. Just a little bit long for Odeh.
Yeah.
He was there. He could have gotten it. I don't know if Odeh didn't get off the gun fast enough or Santi kicked it a little bit too hard.
Yep, and it is still running clock. 4:53 left on the game. Left on the third quarter game clock, and the Roadrunners are up 44-6. We'd also like to take this time to acknowledge that Dr. Pizza is our sponsor for this game. Dr. Pizza, located in North Riverside, Illinois.
Just reminding you, you're watching RBTV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/myRBTV.
As the Roadrunners get a quick gain of about 4 yards.
You know, if the Bulldogs just keep on allowing them to get quick games, and
it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And it's proved that it's not good.
You know, you can see even some of the Bulldog players are tired, trying to keep on getting pumped up for this game.
Yep.
But they're just tired, and they actually had to take some of their starters out.
Number 16, Jake Partells, is in for Nazareth.
Dumped off to number 46, Sean Kelly. Runs almost the distance.
Yep, Sean Kelly, tight end, 6'2", 210. A little slow there, but he almost got the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they were lucky that wasn't Joshua Moore, a faster player on Nazareth, because he would have gotten the touchdown there.
You know, sophomore Jake Partells in at quarterback, a very tall, lengthy quarterback, and looks like it's holding on Nazareth, and it'll be called back.
Oh, wow. Shades of the game versus Glenbard South.
Yep.
The Bulldogs, luckily, the opponent erases a big play with a holding call.
So we'll see how the Bulldogs can react from that big play from the Roadrunners, and maybe they can retaliate.
And, oh man, the Roadrunners give them even more fire in their gut. They want that one back, and they look like they're going to pass. They have 3 wide receivers set in shotgun.
Bartels
Fake handoff.
takes
Quarterback
it.
draw. Good
And-
tackle by number 28. That's Vince Sandrick.
That was a good tackle by Vince. Stopping the quarterback from getting a little more yards. Bartel's still got a pretty good, decent gain of about 5-6 yards. See what they could do here.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job with just you can see their quarterback has legs and he has height, and they're working with that. He can see over the offensive line and our defensive line.
Yep. Bartel's listed as a 6'2", 195 sophomore.
Yeah, it's a false start on the offense. That was I think I saw the center jumped a little bit when the player went in motion.
Catch another break for the Bulldogs, and we'll see what they can do with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the third quarter.
3rd and 11 for the Nazareth Roadrunners. Or sorry, 2nd and 11. My mistake.
So Jake Bartel is under center for Nazareth. Takes the snap, pitches it. That's number 27. Alex Reynolds cuts
Tackled
back
for
and
a
gets a
2-yard loss.
Yep, Alex Reynolds seems like the scout running back, getting some minutes in. Roadrunners may be playing their scout team since they're up by such a vast number.
Yeah, they don't want to make it seem even worse than it already is.
Yep.
And they want to give their younger players some playing time. But it also gives putting in their scout team also gives a little bit of a momentum booster for RB. They're making better plays all of a sudden. They made that great play just there to drop them back to a 3rd and 14.
Yep, as Bartels is back to pass. Almost hits number 10, Mark Patterson, the junior.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, if he would have just not even touched that, I may have even hit him in the face. I can't believe he dropped that.
Yep. So we'll see. Looks like the punt team is out for the Roadrunners as it's 4th and about 13 yards.
Actually, I think this is the first time we've seen the punter tonight.
Yep.
That's number 9.
Number 9.
Matthew Ramsey, also their kicker, is double duty with the punt. So I guess we have seen him tonight, but not on the punt.
Very talented kicker. He's proved himself. Like we've said many times, he's kicked into the end zone every time, making most of his field goals. Very talented player.
And the refs blow the whistle.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Roadrunners are up 44-6, and during this time, we'll take a quick break for these few messages.
Hello, I am David Moore, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the RBTV Game of the Week. It's the Nazareth Roadrunners versus your Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs. The score is 44-6 Roadrunners, as Roadrunners are punting after a good defensive stop. I'm Andrew Pulowski, here with Tyler Campbell. And
the Bulldogs will get the ball at about their own 18-yard line. See if they could do something. Scoring on their last possession, Buketic hitting Joey Odeh for a good touchdown after the couple completions downfield.
Yeah, Buketic doing a really good job of managing the whole offense that last series and the last couple plays.
Yep, and updating on injury report, looks like Chris Duplanich is out for the game. His shoulder pads are off, and he is not going to be coming back into the game, and that's big for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's really a true staple of the team, and they need him. But Looks like they've scored without him. Oh.
And flag down the play. Looks like it's going to be offsides on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, false start. It looks like number 76 on the Bulldogs.
Yep, and that's the call, so it'll be 1st and 15. That's not what the Bulldogs are looking for.
Yeah, number 76 on the Bulldogs.
You know, the Bulldogs starting off the half with 37-0, scoring a touchdown, making it 37-6, and then Roadrunners come back with another touchdown, making it 44-6. It's not looking too good.
Yeah, it's not looking too good, but the Bulldogs can maybe still put another touchdown on the board. They hand off to Floros or Buketic or.
Yep, looks like Floros got the carry.
Oh no, that's actually number 15. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Excuse me.
All right.
Yeah, it is number 15, Vince Peterson.
Yep. So we'll see what the Bulldogs do here after that little gain, getting them back closer to the line of scrimmage after the penalty, making it 2nd down and 12 yards.
You know, the Bulldogs just need to chip away at this. They don't want to get all of it in one big gulp. They just want to chip away and make it more manageable 3rd down.
Yep.
And they try to do just that with the run up the middle. They get stopped, maybe get them back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard farther.
Yep.
Making it 2nd and 9.
We'll see what the Bulldogs do here. Buketic still at quarterback. Looks like the Bulldogs have subbed in some of the players for the 4th quarter with the running clock. I actually say rule says after 40 points, clock runs, and that's it.
Yeah, after 40-point deficit by one team, the clock runs.
So we'll see what the Bulldogs do here with 3rd down and about 9 yards to go.
We got a day split out to the route, and the refs stop play.
Too many people on the line. Coach Reck yelling. And DeMarco, looks like something's wrong with his helmet, and he's going to have to come off. Substituting for him is number 3. And we'll see what he can do.
DeMarco does not look happy about that.
Yep.
And something wrong with his chin strap. He usually doesn't get a lot of opportunities to play on offense, so he looked pretty frustrated when he was yanked out of the game for a helmet
issue.
Technicality.
So Buketic.
We got that fixed. Maybe he'll go in next play.
Buketic back to pass. Throws it up to Odeh. Odeh has a catch.
Across the 50. Oh, wow. He carried a man around his waist and for around 10 yards.
And gets the ball to about
41.
41-yard line in Roadrunner territory. Odeh showing himself again that he is a very good wide receiver.
And you got to give props to Buketic on that throw.
Yep,
that was beautifully placed, perfectly in stride. And Odeh made the great catch and good yards after the catch.
Yep. So we'll see what the Bulldogs do here. Casey Creeding out right, Joey Odeh out left as Buketic hands it off quickly. Number 4, Joy DeMarco back in the game, and he gets a good gain of about 2 yards. And the Bulldogs still down 44-6 with 7:40 left in the 4th quarter. We'd also like to take this time to acknowledge that Dr. Pizza is our sponsor for tonight's game. Dr. Pizza, located in North Riverside, Illinois.
And also to remind you that I'm Andrew Pilevsky.
And I'm Tyler Campbell, and you're watching the RBTV Game of the Week.
Check us out on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/my-RBTV.
Tonight is homecoming night at RB Shuey Stadium, playing Nazareth High School, located in LaGrange, Illinois. And the Bulldogs have the ball at their own 41-yard line. At Nazareth's 41-yard line, excuse me, as Buketic hands it off to DeMarco, and DeMarco gets stopped quickly for a gain of about a yard.
I don't know if that was a good. Is it 3rd down now? Yeah, I guess that was a good 2nd down call. Trying to get a couple of yards, not trying to get all of it though. Good call. Yeah, you know, Nazareth out here. It's cold, but the visitor benches, the visitor bleachers are almost completely full. They even brought their cheerleaders and their 12th man, and the 12th man section switched from their white wear to their black wear.
Yep.
For the second half.
And just in case you don't know what the 12th man is, there's 11 men on the football team for each team, and so they call it the 12th man to maybe inspire the other team.
And the 12th man are the fans in the bleachers that, you know, the 12th man helped the team on, and they seem like another man on the field.
Yep. And so the Bulldogs got a little gain, 4th and 3 on the Nazareth 41. 36, excuse me. We'll see what Buckhead can do here for the Bulldogs.
It's 4th down and 3, and they're going for it. They don't want to punt. They want to try to work on offense.
And Buckhead calls a timeout. So during this timeout, we'll take a quick break for these quick messages.
Hello, I'm Joe Marino, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T U-verse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
And welcome back to RBTV's Game of the Week. I'm Tyler Campbell here along with Andrew Pawlowski.
And this Bulldogs team is showing signs of life late in the 4th quarter with 5:49 left to play in the game.
Yep.
It's 4th and 3 or 4th and 4 as Buckhead trying to convert on 4th down.
And a little confusion on the handoff. Buckhead keeps it and gets stopped before the first down.
I don't know if he would have just conveyed the handoff.
Yep.
I think that would be number 36, Khalil Clay, would have gotten the first down, but Buckhead must have had a little bit of a stick on his hands, and the ball couldn't get out.
Yep.
And it's turnover on downs.
Yep.
They really weren't that far away. They were maybe a yard or two away. Not much.
As Nazareth gets the ball with 5:15 left on the game clock, 44-6 in their favor. Jake Bartell's under center for the Nazareth Roadrunners. His number 26 takes it out on the sweep and gets the first down and more.
And that's number 26, Jalen Brown.
Jalen, a very talented kid. Senior running back in his minutes in the game later on when they're up.
Yeah, it's hard to be the backup running back to Moore that they have. Moore's been doing really good this game. I guarantee he has over 200 yards rushing.
Oh, yeah.
And the Bulldogs trying to get something going and get a win here.
I can guarantee you these Bulldogs are going to be sore after this game. This is very tough. They've been taking a beating. First half down 37-0. Now it's only 44-6, but
it seems that either a holding call has been called.
Yep.
Brought the whole call back. Yeah. Not good.
4:15 left in the 4th quarter as Bartels for Nazareth is under center. Pitches it out.
Once again. Number 26 again.
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown doing a good job getting to the, 43.
Yeah.
Makes a very, very manageable 2nd and 4.
Let's see what the Bulldogs can do here to stop the Nazareth Roadrunners.
Yeah.
Not looking too good, but they don't want to give up.
I think the Bulldogs. I think the Roadrunners are very confident in their running game, and they think they can get 4 yards. So this would be a time to try to take a shot downfield. Try to do something special here.
Yep.
Because they can convert on 3rd and 4. But they were just playing it safe, running it up the middle.
And they're running out, even though the game clock would still run. They're just trying to get quick yards, end the game quickly. It's 3:15 left on the game clock.
They have a very secure win.
Yeah.
But just trying to make it even a bit more secure.
Take this time to also acknowledge again Dr. Pizza is our sponsor for this game. Dr. Pizza located in North Riverside, Illinois. And so Nazareth has their ball for 3rd and 1.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like they have a 2-back set I formation.
As Bartels keeps it and gets the first down. Good play right there.
Bartel goes back first into the hole that his offensive line created for him.
Dangerous, but lethal.
Yeah, effective as he gets the first down on 3rd and 1.
Yep. And so we'll see what Nazareth does here to keep the game clock rolling.
Yeah, I think several of the Bulldogs were expecting them to hand it off to the fullback and the tailback on that one because they just wanted to get a couple of yards, and they had both players behind the quarterback, so they really didn't know what to pitch out to number 36 for the Roadrunners, Michael Milehauser, and he gets
first down and more.
Yeah, 13 or 14 yards.
As the Bulldogs make some substitutions late in the fourth quarter with 1:50 left, ticking down the time, 44-6 in Nazareth Roadrunners' favor.
You have to make sure they get all the players off the field, have the right amount of players on. And he's yelling that we need one more, I think. I don't know. No, they're good. They're good. Never mind.
Urbanski running the defense, excuse me, at this time.
With Suzuki injured.
Yep. And so Bartels calls motion.
Yeah, Suzuki was injured in the third quarter.
Yep.
And didn't look to be too serious, but he hasn't gone back in the game. His fumble recovered by the Roadrunners, but still a lengthy loss of yards.
Yep. That was number 36, Michael Muenhauser. That's a mouthful. Got a little maybe anxious on the play there.
I think he was trying to run before he caught the ball.
Yep.
As the play clock is under a minute left in the game.
Looks like Nazareth is going to pull off with this one.
Yeah, the score is 44-6. I think they may even just kneel.
Yep, as the stands begin to flee, crowds begin to settle down.
Dissipate a little bit. It looks like either in the formation take a knee.
And he takes a knee. And with the game clock wrapping down around 25 seconds, it looks like the Nazareth Roadrunners will beat the Riverside Brookfield High School Bulldogs in their homecoming 44-6. So thank you for watching the RBTV Game of the Week. For RBTV, I'm Tyler Campbell.
And I'm Andrew Pulaski. Good night.
So long.